Alrighty, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. For those of you who are just joining in with us today, this is Abby Ray with your Wednesday radio show. In addition to this, today is a very special episode because I'm interviewing 9-year-old Carly Jane Ray, who we're very excited to be having on the show. We've been asking a couple different questions about how her experience with online school is going, how the COVID pandemic has impacted her life. We just wanted to get a little bit more into that today. So Carly, I know we talked about how you feel about the pandemic and how you've experienced that. You said that wearing masks and keeping other people clean, keeping yourself clean is all good steps to be taking. These are going to be good for the betterment of society overall. How do you think other people are feeling about the pandemic in the United States from your perspective?
Well, I feel like kids, like younger kids than me, I think it's kind of maybe scary for them because they've never gone through this sort of thing and they're not used to this, like, perspective and stuff, and they're not used to this pandemic and having to do all these things. From grown-ups' point of view, I would think they're a little more used to it because they've dealt with a lot of stuff because they're older, so they've probably gotten sick and gotten better and, gone through a lot of things. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but in modern history, nothing like this has really ever happened for 100 years. The last time that a pandemic happened that really impacted a lot of people's lives was in 1912, and it was called the Spanish flu. And people had to wear masks, and people had to be socially distant. And we didn't have as good science back then, and so we didn't know all of the things that we know now. But it was a kind of similar situation. So for even our grandparents who aren't 100 years old, this is the first time in their lives even experiencing something like this. So that's really interesting that you think that kids are scared, because I think even adults are scared today because it's something they've never faced. They've faced being sick and getting better and stuff, but a pandemic of this caliber has certainly not happened in 100 years. So they need to be teaching that in school, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you think? How do you stay entertained during the pandemic? Because I know that we've had to stay inside a lot more. We have to be socially distanced. We can't be hanging out with friends. So what have you been doing to be entertained throughout the past 8 months, basically?
Well, we've watched a couple movies. I've been baking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been building things. Me and my dad builded a doghouse out of my brother's bed because he got a new bed.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Playing in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with my dogs and my cats, just stuff like that.
So basically staying active and being present in the moment while also being cognizant of what's going on around you, so you're trying to do your best, not hanging out with too many people, but still being a kid, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's really important. I think that that this is a very difficult situation to be handling as a kid, and so you kind of just have to do the best with what you have, and that means staying entertained by any means necessary. And for you, that kind of means discovering new things you're good at, like baking and building things. I tried your brownies the other day, and they were fantastic. You are such a good baker, Carly.
Thank you.
Of course. You'll have to make me another batch sometimes. So, do you have any advice or